Hello everyone, and of course we are at another cringy list that we made, which is 100% right. You can't dispute it, don't comment about it, just comment to say how great and correct we always are, okay? We agree on that? Can we start now? Think so? Yeah, okay. You start with the explaining the ED tiers, which are empty right now.
Yeah, sure, I can do that. So basically, we're really big fans of the zombie side in PvZ because we think that the zombies are overall a lot better than the plants. So we decided to not put any zombie in E or D tier.
Exactly.
They are all just above that. They are all really, really solid in this game. So that's why this list is actually pretty balanced.
I guess that's correct, and they're always more fun to play than plants. I don't always switch to zombies, but I often switch to them. Right, let me get started with the first character. That is, thanks to my friend's opinion, the worst zombie, but still is good, as he said previously. Is maybe my favorite. One of my favorite zombies. Is so fun and annoying to play, and I just love flying across the map. Look, this guy, if you miss your smack, you're probably dead. You'll just get lasered down. But if you have a wizard on your head, you can just teleport across the map, smack everyone, throw an ultra ball, kill anything except like a citron and a snapdragon. So yeah, he's still pretty good. If at the hands of a good player, he can be really annoying and overpowered. Yeah, the character is not bad. Don't call him bad. You have any other comments to add?
Of course. The thing is, we put him just at C because Brainium is situational, I would call it. He's either hit or miss. If you miss, you're probably dead. And the thing is, he's really weak against potato mines and...
Oh, forgot about that.
Yeah, he gets countered pretty good by them.
Have to use Ultra Ball to kill your potato mines, otherwise you just ram into them and instantly die. So that's why it's on down C. That's the only reason I can accept that.
But you have to give him that Brainium is the most mobile character in this game. You can just fly across the map with this character. He also has really great offensive power, so that's why he's still in good, even though he is kind of a glass cannon and yeah, isn't the best for most situations, but still pretty solid. That's why we still put him in C and not in D. Yeah, I think I'll shall continue with Electric Slide.
Yeah, your favorite character.
It's not my favorite character. The Slide is probably my least played zombie, but I think she's still pretty enjoyable. The problem with her is she's just like Brainium, a bit situational. Not as situational, but she still is. On some maps she's pretty decent, on others she's not really. She hasn't really changed, like there wasn't any particular buff or nerf which made her worse or better. She's basically always been in this tier in our opinion.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, she's good at crowd control with her electro damage, which I enjoy. Yeah, her fire rate isn't that fast, her damage isn't anything special. Disco Tornado is pretty good, that's her saving grace probably. But yeah, Energy Warp is just sometimes useful to run away, but that's pretty much it. And Funky Bouncer is probably one of the worst abilities, but at least after they fixed the bug where the plants pretty much just fell out of it, it's at least working now.
That's true.
So the Slide is just fine, and I'd say she's just a bit above Brainium. Yeah, but still not a bad character, just not anything special.
Right, I should definitely continue with the Imp. It may be in my top 3 and favorite, or let's say 4th at least. One of my favorite characters to play. It's just so enjoyable playing as him. It's challenging and I like that, but it's not useless. It's literally a weaker version of Acorn, but that still has the jetpack, so it's sort of like a dash, but slower. The biggest problem, the only reason I accept him in the C tier is he gets one-shotted in the head by Cactus and gets instant balled to death by Citron, just like he used to get unballed like in Garden Warfare 2 from what I remember. In the beta he only had 50 health. Whatever. Mech Hunter is really good. In this game the mech cannot be killed. You can only just destroy it and the imp doesn't die. And yeah, it's really fun, very mobile, challenging but rewarding. They definitely fixed the annoying gravity grenade instant win button. It's now way smaller and you can get out of it with the correct abilities, which is now balanced. Skill Kata is still Skill Kata. It's useful. It's nothing bad. It's not nerfed to ground. He's just balanced. Like every character should be as balanced as Imp and fun as Imp. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
You basically pretty much covered all of it. There's to say, the kind of problem Imp has, like you said, he has a lot of bad matchups, especially Citron. Even the mech gets countered by Citron. It's the same kind of situation with Nightcap actually, because Nightcap gets slapped by a lot of the zombie cast. She can like kill more easily. She can get more easily in and out of the fight.
If there was a mech to rank, I would put it in S tier. Mechenhausen is better than all.
Yeah, the mech is probably one of the best abilities in the game, but I think Imp is definitely fine. I'm not the biggest Imp player, but yeah, I think that shows that you can definitely get a lot out of these characters, even though we just put them in the lowest tier, but they're by no means bad. They are just lacking in a sort of thing that makes them better than the average.
Yeah, true.
So I think we should continue with the B tier. This whole tier basically is supporters.
Yeah, I just noticed that again. Oops.
So then we start with NG. NG is really underrated in my opinion. I'm a really big fan of NG. His concrete launcher doesn't have too much range, but it covers a lot of ground.
Yeah.
You cannot defend an objective when an NG is spamming his bouncy grenades in there, and his abilities are pretty decent. The speed pad is just kind of nice to get everyone out of the spawn or closer to the objective more easily. It's just for the whole team if you're not selfish and just use it to run away. The stun grenade is pretty good to deal with big threats that could potentially ruin your team basically. You can counter Chomper with it. You can also just use it as like a wall. Then you get hit by these little proximity stuns. The best ability of this character is the turret, because the turret is pretty mad. Not only does it shoot plants by itself, which is also a nice bonus, but the best thing about the turret is, of course, that it boosts the whole zombie team which is standing in its reach. It's boosting the rate of fire, it gives you ammo back, so it's pretty dangerous.
Infinite ammo, you have infinite ammo, it doesn't give you some ammo back. It fills it up so quickly, yeah, you literally have infinite ammo. Even as soldiers sometimes, maybe only as soldier you don't have infinite.
It's especially dangerous with characters like Footsoldier or All-Star, which, like, these weapons are mad enough already, and it makes it even better. NG is capable of 360-degree sprinting, which is pretty good because, like, NG doesn't have really much movement, so that's the thing where we put him down here, because he is easily killable because he has a large hitbox and much health and no way to get around it. Like, you have to be really defensive, which he is really good at, but like, you don't have too many other options because you also don't have too much range with your primary. So yeah, he is really insane at defending. Like, for example, Pressure P, he just dominates this map.
Oh no, the ship. That ship has ruined so many lives.
Yeah, he's above average. Do you have anything to add? I mean, you're not the biggest NG player.
Yeah, it's still fun. I played the last game, so... Right. Should I continue? I should. Now, Wizard, we both like him. I think you played him a bit more. All of his abilities are really fun. Let me start with the last one, the Cold Star. It just makes you like a little orb on top of any zombie's head. and you just go around with him. You just give them X-ray vision. When you look in the same direction, you get a homing weapon that's like a mini soldier. The only weakness is you can easily be knocked off from heads when you're as an orb, but so it's really fun if you are just teaming up with someone. It's probably the support character. He's just screaming support everywhere. Like with the first ability, it makes everyone invincible. What was Z Elixir, I think? Yeah. It makes everyone invincible. And if you put like the Elder Chemist, I think, it immediately starts healing everyone that's hit by it. And the Staff Slam, don't need to talk about it. Kung Fu, you see it, you press 2, they die.
Yeah, I'm a really big fan of Wizards. He just has so much utility, because a potion is not only good for supporting, but it's also good for like, I'd say, nerfing the plants. Like, you can deny Arcane Enigma, you can deny the Shadow Sneak ability, and they can't jump or sprint, which is good to deal with Pogo Ps, for example. And Staff Slam is basically the same situation with Citron, because Wizard is more of a ranged character, and if plant comes close, he's fucked. Except he has a Staff Slam, which is the opposite of Citron, which has the laser for dealing with range. Yeah, also Coaster gives a little bit of armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the orb, like the charge shot of Wizard, is fine.
It's pretty fine. For example, wait, I'm gonna interrupt you. I just tried it last game, not last game, 2 games before, whatever. I do it when they're not looking at me before I start a gunfight. I can just hit 40 damage quickly, and then I can finish him up with the rest of the weapon. It's good against Citron shields, good against Funk Fuing nightcaps. Like, it has its uses. I hated it. It was a meme when it came out, but now it's a bit better. It deals 5 damage, deals damage quicker. So it is actually has some limited usage.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's better than most people say it is. Yeah, it's a bit of area control. Wizard's upgrades are pretty good. Yeah, he has a lot of extra gimmicks that he can use, but he's not the best at defending himself, I'd say.
Definitely.
Even though he has the Staff Slam. So we should continue with Scientist now, which is the healer. Scientist was pretty much at the meta in the consoles of BFN, because good mobility, shotgun, and a lot of damage output and healing. Yeah, he's fine now. Warp is incredible. You have 3 warps, which you can use in any direction, which just gives you endless possibilities to get around the map. His shotgun is fine, but it's a bit better at range now, and it gets really insane if you use Dolphin Blaster upgrade, with Scientist's best upgrade, because it makes your fire rate higher if you kill people. Yeah, his support abilities are also pretty helpful. His heal hose is good for supporting multiple zombies at once, but it's balanced because it's not too much healing and you can't shoot while using it.
Yep.
And you can also heal yourself with the sticky healy thingy. So Scientist is always good to bring into your lineup, but not worthy enough to go in A. He just lacks a thing, and we'll get to that with Steam Blaster later.
Yeah. Space Cadet. One of my favorite zombies to play, because if you're with friends, it's really fun to team up as 4 and not die even once if you play smartly and don't create make it the fucking objective. If you stick it in the back, if you just act as a unit, this thing is unkillable with 4 people. And if you find a visit, you just blessed or something. On its own, it's pretty good. You can use the beam. What was it called again? Big Bang Beam. With a 1-point upgrade, instead of dealing only 100 damage, you deal like 170 damage or something. Instant Gatling counter. You don't even need to just sit there with a ZPG. You can even move while using it. It's that good. What was again? I don't even use it. The Crate Smack. Use this ability. Then just don't use it. Other than to run away. You can use it or to get up roost. That's pretty useful. I think this character also has a double jump.
Yeah.
from what I remember. And for it has 125 health, is a pretty wide hitbox, which is pretty easy to hit actually, in my opinion. You're very mobile, so don't worry about it. As a space station, it's even good as a solitary space station. Just put on some crater makeup, you can just melt the objective if you're fast and precise enough. And with friends, you have the hands on torpedo, which is just 100 damage or something. Instant sunbeam counter, just boom, dead. And another one was the shield, which is of course always good when you're with your friends. Oh yeah, 3 shields and 600 HP. That's pretty difficult to kill. 1000 HP in total almost. Anything to add?
Yeah, she also has homing with her primary.
Oh god, I forgot about it.
She's probably one of my picks to deal with Acorn. Also is a good point because Acorn is busted. Maybe some people would think why she's not S, because she also has upgrades like feedback loop and stuff like that. But Creighton said that she's not quite S worthy anymore, and I think I can agree nowadays, because Space Station isn't unkillable anymore like it was at the start of the game. But Space Station is by no means weak, it is still insane if you work together. But yeah, just Space Cadet dropped a bit out of the meta, I'd say, but she's still pretty good.
I never see anyone play it though, it's pretty sad.
Probably the most overlooked new zombie. Yeah, Steam Blaster. And now it's time to tell you why Steam Blaster is, of course, just in our opinion, better than regular Scientist. When it got released, it was busted, but it's got a little tweaks and nerfs, and now it's fine. So you have a really great damage output up close. You can not only spray your steam at one single plant, but at a lot of plants at a time. So he is pretty good at fulfilling his role as not only being a great supporter, but also at being a good melee character with his shotgun. And basically, not only does the steam hit a lot of damage, deal a lot of damage, but it also it takes vision from the plants. Like, they're just confused, and humans are humans, so if the players are confused, they are probably more likely to panic instead of being smart and out.
Correct. Humans are humans. That's a pretty great way to explain.
Of course, you can use less of the good upgrades, but you still got Materialize, which gives you ammo while you warp. And that is pretty good when you're in a gunfight. So yeah, that's why we've put him at A and Scientist at B.
Now, Super Brainz. I played that much Brainium Basher that I don't even remember the last time I played regular Brainz. I have to say that, and I feel sorry to say that, but let me start with the abilities, and my friend can explain the primary, which he probably uses more. Right, Ultra Ball, of course. Use extra special upgrade. You get a shield when you use it. Kill Gatlings, because you have a shield, you don't die while doing it. Sunbeams. Sneak up on people and be a jerk. Just anything you can think of. It's a really good one. It's like budget CPG maybe, but it has its own perks. It deals the same, like 125 damage, so it's good for the character. Right, the Turbo Twister. In God of War, it's a really long story, kids, so buckle up and listen. In God of War 2, when it first came out, Turbo Twister used to do like 10 damage, suck you in like mad. It's instant kill button, even to Citrons in God of War 2. Then they nerfed it. Made it deal like 5 damage, it was too bad, and then they buffed it up again to deal 7 damage, and I might be making the last bit up, but they might have nerfed it again to make it completely useless, other than just a meme or to just run away. Do you remember, Lucky? I think it deals like 2-3 damage now or something in God of War 2. They can't even kill Vampire. It's that shit now. But in this game, it deals 10 damage, or 10 damage. It doesn't last as long, it doesn't suck you in, but it's really quick. It's like a spinning shuriken or something. It's pretty good. And the hyper jump thumb, just go up in there, smack them, pull them closer, then use Turbo Twister, then you have the old Turbo Twister back in your hands. Right, you can explain the primary and the Ultra Omega Flying Fist that used to destroy Nightcap in Founders.
Yeah, Super Brainz is a character I really enjoy. It's one of my favorite characters in PvZ in general. Because in Garden Warfare 2 you have a really high jump, and in this game you have hyper jump thump. Great abilities to get around the map, which is important for melee classes. And his punches are devastating. They deal so much damage, especially when you have the upgrade, which gives you an additional 4. Another thing most people probably don't know about punches is that you actually get a tiny bit of health each punch you hit.
Ah, I didn't know that. Wow.
He also has a projectile, because in Garden Warfare 2 the developers decided that they didn't want Brainz to be a ranged character, so they made his beam shit. And in this game they changed it to be a chargeable flying fist, which dealt 80 damage. That's why countering Nightcap. It still does, because it's 75. It's basically one tiny hit and Nightcap is dead. It doesn't have too much range, but like I said, in this game you don't really need a projectile with that much range for Brainz, because he has hyper jump thump. It's really, really insane how much damage this character deals.
So balanced character.
That's why he's an A.
Okay, All-Star. Still a big fat dude. Brainz actually only has like 150 health now, if I'm not incorrect. 175 maybe.
He's 175 actually.
Right, All-Star has 200. It has a big hitbox like NG, but it has 75 more health. The shield actually isn't a meme anymore, or just to counter beam bombs. Now it's actually like a force field, you know, you like Star Wars. It's exactly like that, just place it just in a force field. In the middle is weak, for example, if you get in there, you shoot dummy, it instantly dies. But the shield has like 200, 300, I don't know how many health, but how much health. But it's very, very useful to defend yourself against anything, pretty much. And Impant is definitely the worst ability of All-Star, but still, it's sort of usable against P-Gatlings and stuff, or Nightcaps that try to funk for you. It only hits 100 damage, I think. And it no longer has that stupid explosive radius. It no longer pushes you back. It's a really balanced ability, maybe too balanced even. But now nobody can spam it, so that's good. All-Star is way more balanced. I never remember screaming or hating that character now in this game. Tackle is still useful. It doesn't go off forever through plants in a stupid funny animation. Maybe you saw it in Garden Warfare 2. It just smacks somebody and you stay there, and then they fly away a bit. Deals like 75 damage, which is still very, very usable. The guy's primary is like 8 damage, maybe 10 even with criticals. I forgot really, but it's really good. Still the overheating mechanism. And this time he actually is not bad at long range. It doesn't deal 2 damage or something. So it's a really well-worked character. He's a tiny bit OP because he's a great primary. Ruins people's lives, so yeah, that's why we put him in A. Anything to add?
Yeah, I think you've pretty much covered everything. I just want to say that they've done a brilliant job by reworking this character. He's just great.
Right. So the big one, your favorite, it's coming up. It is not a Super Brainz. It's not a plane. It's not a bird. But it's a Rocket Man, the Vietnam guy from the 60s. He's called 80s hero, but he feels more like that he's coming from the 60s with all the rockets everywhere. Now you start the proper explanation.
Yeah, I mean 80s is like not only my favorite character in BFN, he is my favorite character in PvZ. I just adore him so much. Not only from a design and personality standpoint, but of course from his playstyle, because 80s is an aggressive sniper with a chargeable crossbow, which can deal devastating damage.
75.
Yeah, especially Nightcap gets hard countered by it. Like, you hit one shot with the bow and then you just hit a few tiny arrows after that, and they just drop and die. And his abilities are great because he has dynamite dodge, which is pretty useful to not be stuck at the ground. Just use it to dodge many devastating things that you may encounter. And Rocket Ride is not only good to deal a massive amount of damage, but also you can get up in the air, and it can get cancelled by dynamite dodge. So you can use it to like get up in the air and then dash forward, so you can use it to get up certain height spots. Can't missile is sometimes it's insane, sometimes it's not that good. You have pretty much to upgrade it, and you have to hit your enemies with the bow enough to get the free tags.
Actually, you have to put on an upgrade to do it quickly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just pain.
So, but then the rockets are really good and deal a lot of damage. The real reason, besides from all the points I'd mentioned, is that 80s is like the most balanced S-tier character you've ever seen, because you cannot just pick him and then rip houses with it. You have to actually gain experience, and you need to master this character to get his full potential. You get rewarded so much by actually playing good. Just why I love this character so much.
I love how he looks too. I have to mention that, of course. I already mentioned it. The dynamite dodge is actually pretty useful, other than the nightcap and the funk food stuff. And can't missile, I don't remember the upgrade. I set this guy up at the start of the game and never changed the upgrades. And Rocket Ride is, when I first saw it nerfed, I thought it was useless, but now close range, when a nightcap sneaks up on you or there's a pogo in your face, you can go up in the air and just blow him to bits. So yeah, all tiers of his bow are great. Even the you know, the one that you don't charge it and then in your face, just spam your button and then they die most of the time because they're stupid. So yeah, that's all we can talk about him. And oh no, does our video get monetized if I say terror and then I finish it with always? Does it get demonetized? That because that's what that guy is. He's like a militant of some sort. It's just such a stupid character. It was meant as a joke in the first, you know, when it got added, I suppose. It's a swarm character, only one of his kind. The odd thing I must mention first before I start continuing with the meme, actually, is that he gets armor when he's next to other minions, which is pretty useful. If you have other players next to you, or if you have little bots, you can get up to like 55% armor, which is just stupid. The character originally has only 100 health, but when you put a bucket on him with an upgrade, I don't remember, probably head protection, like buckets, I don't know, I forgot about it. Whatever. When you put it on, it goes up to 125. His first ability is the respawn bucket. I don't know, mandatory break commercial. All the names are just a meme. It's just so funny that this character's a meme. Okay, first ability allows you to respawn anywhere you want that you have placed your bucket in. So you can respawn behind enemy lines, you can respawn on top of a camping spot. Don't camp, please, don't do it. And you can do anything you want. And when people destroy it, you can see who has destroyed it and go and take your revenge and avenge your poor bucket. The third ability is the... What is the official name? We call it the Vegan Vindaloo because of some famous, great, amazing man. Overheated dinner, something like that. Overheated microwave dinner. You throw it and it deals like 75 damage and pushes people back, which is really good. If someone sneaks up on you, you're just easy meat because you can't run, you don't have any mobility abilities. Throw it in their face, they may even die. And there's an upgrade that costs 4 something, and it fires 2 of them. So you can even kill a corn that sneaks up on you, which is just amazing. 150 damage, that works like 90% of the time. So yeah. And the middle one, it's a drone. It's hairy, that's smelly, that's white, that's a Yeti. Runs around, you put a speed upgrade on him, and he goes kablooey, 110 damage. Death to sunflowers, acorns, if they don't have the upgrade, nightcaps, and most other characters that have been bitten off by a mosquito, so they all die. And then, if you don't even get to kill them, they just frozen. They don't get frozen in place, but they slow down. That drone. I love using it, but I hate when it's used against me. Now, anything else to add? Any memes you have for him?
The main reason this character is up here because every single thing this character does, he could sneeze at you and he would deal like 100 damage. Everything he does deals a fuck ton of damage. Even if you're up close, because he has the melee attack which deals 50. Why this character is up here, because his damage output is just crazy. It's
oh man, that character's just broken.
I mean, the drone is just bullying at this point. I mean, Rose was already in a not really good spot enough. She's usable, but not anything else. But the Yeti just makes her almost unplayable. So yeah, I shall continue with the next character.
Oh no, I love it and I hate it.
Yeah, it's the famous Captain Deadbeard. He is the sniper, as everyone should know, and
of course he is a sniper.
He is crazy. Like, when I watch videos about BFN, most people talk about Pirate like he's not anything special. But like, damn, have you ever played on PC? This guy is dominating. This guy is crazy. He's the only one who comes close to Soldier, except 80s maybe, but you need to be good with him. Deadbeard is just something else. 99 damage with a charged shot across the map. And most plant characters have a really big head, so it's not quite difficult to actually hit the head. And you only need like a single shot to finish them off, so he's really fast at killing. His secondary is the shotgun, which is not as good as in Garden Warfare 2, but it's still fine.
Push you back if you put on the upgrade.
Yeah, it's not as bad as people think, especially with the upgrade. And of course he has a pretty good ability setup as well. He has the barrel, which is a speed upgrade. It deals a lot of damage. The Parrot Pal is also very good. Decent primary. The explosion, haha, pun name, is insane. And it's a bit slow, but still, it's a tiny drone that is up in the air. Some characters have problems to deal with it, so I think it's fine. The anchor is probably his worst ability. It's only really usable to either get up on high surfaces, which is fine, or to be a meme and hit 75 damage with it. But it's funny that it's possible, and I appreciate that. So yeah, Deadbeard is just a beast. He's not only the best character at range, but he also has a lot of arsenal that makes him good at pretty much any range. Yeah, that's why we put him up in the S tier.
Yeah. Is it time? Is it time? It's death.
Probably the most obvious character. Everyone knows how good Soldier is. Footsoldier was always good, except at Founders, but
yeah,
to make him great again.
You don't need to explain it. It's just OP. 7 damage in the head, right? 7 damage in the head in this game. This shouldn't be true. 50 bullets in a magazine shouldn't exist. That insane rate of fire before they nerfed him a little bit only, just a little bit. That just melts anything except the Citron Shield. That's the only way you can survive against this guy. Unless you are a better shooter and a better guy. In everything pretty much. ZPG, just ZPG. You can use it for splash while running away. Or just take out solitary targets. It's the same thing, literally the same thing. The rocket jump. If you put on an upgrade, it's like Rocket Leap, you only get 1, which is now more balanced. Still really useful, I like it. Stink Cloud is, I think, a bit better in this game. Maybe it deals like 3 damage, it deals damage a bit quicker, and you literally cannot see anything through it. So it's actually like a proper smoke screen. All of his abilities are balanced, but that primary, that mobility, you have a jetpack in your bloody ass, about your ass. It just makes him OP. Just why do I talk about this character? It's the best character.
I mean, you pretty much explained it. Soldier has everything you could ask for. Mobility, high damage, he can even cover the team with Sting Cloud. He's just incredible, he always has been, and it's really obvious why he is in the S tier. So yeah, that pretty much sums up our opinion about the zombies.
Right.
Yeah, I think we have explained as much as we could in the time we have.
I don't know how long this is. I hope you're not bored. Maybe we should put timestamps. Just kidding. Watch the whole video, please. Please. We need it. We need that money. Actually, we don't earn any money. Just watch it. We'll be happy. Then good night. Bye.
Yeah, thanks for watching. See you.
Bye.